Hey guys, welcome back to Naturally Anxious. This is your host, Crystal Hazel. Today is part 2 of friendship trauma. Today we're going to go more into details of my own stories, what I've been dealing with, the process that I've been doing to heal. In the process of healing, let's be honest, you don't heal that quickly. And some chisme, some gossip of what's been going on since that last episode has dropped. So before we get into this beautiful podcast, let's go into the intro. Now that we're back from that beautiful intro, guys, I am so shocked of the negative and positive feedback I've been getting from people I personally know with that last episode I dropped of Friendship Trauma Part 1. Because somebody was like, oh my god, I think I know who this is about, blah blah blah, I think I know who this is. And I'm just like, and then I'll be like, okay, guess, I'll figure it, I want you to try to figure this out. And they'll hit somebody with they'll tell me somebody and I'll just be like, bro, I haven't spoken to that person since middle school. So in what world in my adulthood would I be like, oh yeah, let me talk my ish about middle school? I was really shocked of how many people were just like, is this about me? Is this play about us? You know what I mean? What? It'll be the randomest people. And I know there's the people that I was talking about are hinting that it's about them because of the way that I posted it, and then all of a sudden they're posting shit on social media. I was just like, it's alright. Y'all don't talk to me, I don't talk to you. It's perfectly fine. I'm not using nobody's name. If the shoe fits, it fits. This is what it is. Is this podcast isn't about bashing people. I'm talking about my own experience of what it mentally caused me because of these experiences. So my whole thing, let's get into it because I really want to get into. I'm going to do something that I feel like I need closure with. And I need you guys to state your opinions on my DMs on Instagram and Actually Anxious Podcast __ or on TikTok at Crystal Hayes _ Okay, because I need you guys to have a debate. You guys have to talk to me because this whole thing with oh my god, how did you end up being friends with these people for so long? What made you stay for so long? I don't understand why you stayed in these friendships. You have to understand, you know how you're in a relationship and they're kind of gaslighting you, and they're 1 minute they're like, oh my god, you're the best person ever, blah blah blah, and then they switch, and you're just like, okay, what made them switch like that? I don't understand. What did I do wrong? You start questioning yourself. That's what friendship trauma is, basically. These are people that are gaslighting you, playing this part to make it seem like they're innocent little people. It is so crazy of the amount of stuff I have written on my journal from elementary school to adulthood. And it'll be different diaries that I have that I'm dying to have a podcast where I just read all my diaries to you guys because I don't care. I'll use code names, this is fine. But I know that it's just sometimes I will admit to it. I'm it's me. I did that to them. That's why they're acting like that. But when I read back in my adult ones, I'm like what? Crystal, what is wrong with you mentally? Why did you stay for? I'm questioning myself why I stayed so long. And it's not just have to do with the girls I was talking about last podcast. It has to do with so many different people. I want to start this first experience I've had with a boy named Derek. So Derek, as you guys know, what I told you, Derek was our childhood friend, and we wanted to reconnect with him. We reached out to his brother that we saw in person. He said yes, whatever. We started talking, right? I just want to say, before we get into it, Derek randomly messages me, okay? And was like, hey, are you home? This is, mind you, I'm living at my mom's house. Me and my husband at the time were boyfriend and girlfriend. And I'm like, yes, Derek, what's up? What's wrong? He's like, I really need to talk to you because I'm going through a lot of friendship, relationship situation. I really need help as, my sister. I need your advice on stuff. And something about me and Derek is that we were always there for each other, okay? So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm letting my boyfriend / husband at the time, my Pookie. I let him know, like, hey, like, he's coming over. He wants to talk about his relationship problems. He was like, okay, no problem. Thank you for letting me know. I reached out to Lily. I was like, hey, like, he wants to come over and talk about his relationship stuff. She's like, yeah, just like, keep your distance, don't get it too involved, whatever. And I'm like, I'll FaceTime you and we'll all talk. We'll talk to that. We'll talk to him as a group, whatever. He comes over, he gives me a hug. He's like, hey, like, I'm dealing with this. She's accusing me of this and blah, blah, blah. And they're dealing with relationship problems. That is not my business to say on this podcast, but I was just gonna let you know they were dealing with problems, okay? So I just like sat back and I'm watching this man like literally text her being like, okay, like, I'm at my friend's house. I'm letting her know like what is going on. I'm like, you did not need to text her that. You did not need to text her that, my dude. Like, you're trying to fix your relationship. Why are you telling her that? Because like imagine you being in a fight with your boyfriend slash fiance slash husband, right? And then he's like, oh, I'm at my friend who's a girl's house talking about our problems. That sounds freaking terrible. That sounds like, why the hell you bringing a third party into our problems? You know what I mean? Like, talk about your problems. I'm your best friend. I've been your best friend since first grade, and I get that. But you don't have to tell your partner that. Because now she's, in her mind, she's like, oh my God, they're probably doing this. She doesn't know me. At that point, she didn't even know I had a boyfriend. She didn't know me. Like, this kind of seems kind of sus. You know what I mean? So I was like, you let her know I have a boyfriend, right? Like, he's like, it doesn't matter at this point. Because she was doing something that he didn't like. And it just this whole thing. And I'm like, hey, you just have to do this. And you have to, like, start unfollowing people she doesn't want you on her feed. She needs to unfollow people that you don't want her healthy. You just have to, like, have a clean break from everything that's causing problems in your relationship. Thank you, hug, whatever. He leaves. Then that's when the whole thing happened where, we were FaceTime during the pandemic, all this stuff. We became really close. We became really close with her, which was not that hard to be friends with her. She was a good cook. She liked K-drama. She liked certain songs. She liked this and the fourth. So we got a deep connection with her. What messed it up was the fact that he was just like Snapchatting me. So he was the type of guy friend who considered all his friends his family, like really close friends, family. So if he's talking to you, say if you're a boy or girl, it doesn't really matter. He'll be like, oh, thank you so much, bro. And he'll put a heart. Thank you so much, sis. Puts a heart. He's a very affectionate person, okay? So he's Snapchatting me, telling me everything that's happening. He's hearting it, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, bro. See you later, whatever. And then he started popping up a lot. Okay? He started popping up a lot for me. And I'm just like, okay, like, I'm ignoring him because what he doesn't understand is like, yes, I am your little sister, but you're making it seem like we have a thing. So I know this is going to cause us problems, okay? Because my husband knew, like, in comparison, never my cup of tea, okay? I don't know why, but I'm guessing she was looking through his phone. It looked kind of suspicious because he'd be like, oh, love you, little sis, blah, blah, thank you so much, whatever. And she's seeing that, like, I'm texting more, he's texting more, but, like, Lily is nowhere to be found in the conversation. Because Lily is the type of person, she's just not on her phone a lot. And I'm keeping her updated because we're always on the phone. So she's talking to us, like, when we're FaceTiming. Or I'm on, FaceTime with her while he's talking to me. So she's updated with everything. She's not an active person on social media, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So it seems kind of off. And I totally to this day, I'm still like, I totally validate her feelings because I understand how bad that looks. But this girl, like, starts, like, bugging out on me. And mind you, I'm on FaceTime with Derek and Lily. And we're talking about this, like, middle school sweetheart that I started dating for, like, 2 months. How he was on a reality show. And we're just like, oh, my God, this is crazy. Like, what the heck? And I'm like, oh my God, like, da-da-da, we're talking about her ish. And then I hear her yelling in the background. I literally hear her yelling in the background. And I'm just, like, muting myself. And I'm on FaceTime still with Lily in the freaking other line. And I'm like, are you listening to this? She's like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. She just started yelling. Mind you, Lily's still on FaceTime with the two of us on Instagram, but she is yelling, and Lily is on FaceTime with me in, like, a different thing. completely like flipped. Like we're like, okay, like let's continue our FaceTime because like what the heck just happened. And then he like signs off. She starts bugging out on voice, going, "Who the heck do you think you are? Do you think this and the fourth?" But she's only attacking me, mind you. There's two girls on the chat. Why am I getting a freaking attack? Not saying that Lily deserved it, but like, why do I deserve it? I'm just like, why is she attacking me? I'm so freaking confused. And like, I know he didn't say anything disrespectful. Like, he was just like, oh, like Crystal was so in love with this one guy. Now that he's a reality show, him and her used to date in middle school and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh yeah, like he was my boy, whatever. And I'm confused of like how that escalated for her to start yelling at him. I'm just like, okay, like multiple times we tried to bring you into the conversation. You didn't want to be a part of the conversation. And it's not like me and Derek and Lily decided to be until 3 o'clock in the morning being on the phone together. Do you understand? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And Lily's like, what did we do? And I'm like, what did we do? She's only attacking me. And she's like, I don't understand why she is attacking you. And I'm like, okay, like, we just have to stop talking to him for a little bit because I feel like there's something being said that we're not hearing. So I said my 2 cents to the girl. I was like, listen, he is not my type. I don't know what happened to make you start yelling at me on voice memos because you really look ridiculous doing this, knowing damn well I'm in a committed relationship and I have nothing but the most respect for you, and I don't know why you're attacking me. So do me a freaking favor and do not yell at me like if I'm a child. This is not a thing. Like, as much as people in middle school wanted us together, this is not a thing. Like, I don't care for this kid like that. Like, this kid is literally my ride or die as a friend. Like, could I say that I would have ever liked him? No. Because I know the type of man he is. Once you know somebody for so long, you learn to not ever find that person attractive because you truly know who that person is. I'm sorry to say this, but my friend, when I was close to him, was a playboy. Okay? In no shape or form was I ever freaking attracted to this man. Ever. Okay? And I just started going off on her because I'm like, what we're not going to do is disrespect me. I've been nothing but cordial with you, and the fact that you're disrespecting me is crazy behavior. So that happened. And then finally, like, we made amends. She comes over. She comes over to my house for a barbecue. Makes this bomb-ass dish, right? All my friends are there. And for some random, I don't know if this was planned. I swear I don't know if this was planned. Me and Lily still talk about it like, was this freaking planned? And our friend at the time, she was also being like, is this planned? Like, what's going on? So, something about Derek was so off this day. Like, so off. And, like, I don't know if they, like, argued beforehand or whatever. She was not speaking to him. She did not want him hugging her. She didn't want him kissing her or whatever. But Lily, my sweet, dear, beloved Lily, decided to bring up a conversation we had privately to face. To most people, not a big deal. To her, though, it seemed like we stabbed her in the heart. So, something about Derek is Derek always treated me and Lily like his little sisters. Always has. He's only 1 year older than us, mind you. Okay? But something about Derek is he was a very overprotective brother to us. Okay? So, back in middle school, he promised to give us ring pops. Right? And he never committed to it. Because he, like, as I said, he was a playboy in middle school, okay? In high school, too. So, he never, ever got me and Lily our ring pop that he promised us. So, Lily brings it up. She goes, hey, what up with that ring pop that you promised us that never got? Oh, now that I'm here, let me go get you guys a ring pop. What flavors do you guys want? I'm saying blue raspberry. She's saying, oh, yeah, that sounds good. I want blue raspberry. He goes and buys it for us. Something about him, he'll keep his word. Okay, no matter how long it was, or if we're joking around with him, he keeps his word. So he gets it for us, and she's like, okay, you have to put it on our fingers. These are our friendship rings. Like, because the whole joke was that we wanted to have friendship rings like SpongeBob and Patrick. So that was our version of that. And we connected the rings, whatever, and we're eating these lollipops, and I see that his girl is so freaking pissed. And again, I'm just like, where's your girl's ring? And I'm like, where's your girl's ring? Like, we're joking around with him. And he's like, I don't have one for her. She gives him the ring pouch. She puts it down on the table, doesn't give a fuck. Like, she's like, I just don't care. Like, I'm not going to deal with this. This is so annoying. Nasty attitude. And then me and my other friends were making jokes left and right, left and right, left and right about the past. The weird part is, this kid, we're going to call him Paul. Paul was like the guy that like Derek did not like, who at one point I had a thing with, who he just like despised with his heart. Like, he was like, he's not good for you, Crystal, all this stuff. He randomly pops up, passes by my house and goes, oh, what are you guys doing here? This is so crazy, blah, blah, and comes in. My mom adored this kid because she protected him with all her heart. She liked him and Derek for the longest time. And he's chilling with us, saying like, yo, it's been a while, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, Derek and him never effed with each other, okay? But for some reason, they're so like, ha, 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 love it, love, 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 love this. And then for some odd reason, they start whispering to each other. And it just seems so planned. Like, it seemed like he purposely messaged him going, hey, you should come over, whatever. Because then they start being so disgustingly rude to my boyfriend at the time, now husband, and just saying things to him. And my husband started feeling uncomfortable. Like, what is these two boys' issue with me? Like, I don't understand. And then Lily was like, dude, like, what is your issue? My mom started saying, what's your issue? Like, they were just going on, like being disrespectful. And I said, you guys need to stop or you guys are going to have to leave. Then my boyfriend at the time, now husband, left the party because he was like, I don't feel comfortable. I feel unwelcome. I don't want to be here. And I'm like, no, stay. And he's like, no, I just want you to have a good time. It's okay. Like, we'll talk later. I'll come later. It's not a big deal. So then he leaves. And I'm like pissed. Like, I'm so pissed because I'm like, what is the freaking problem? It just seems so freaking planned. It seems so freaking weird. So then I'm just sitting there. My mom makes a joke about, oh my God, like, I still talk to your mom, to Derek. I still talk to your mom, and like, I remember me and your mom used to say, oh my God, you and Crystal would look so perfect together if you guys got married and had a baby. But this is, mind you, back in middle school. This is not like something they continue to say throughout the years, whatever. And then I see his girlfriend being so uncomfortable, like, what is going on, like, whatever, like, I understand, like, it was so valid why she felt like that, because, like, why are we bringing up past things? I'm like, guys, I kept repeating, me and my friends kept repeating, that is the past, it's not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, don't make this, I literally said it out loud, don't make this girl feel uncomfortable making it seem like there's nothing there. And I just kept defending her because it's, like, so disrespectful. And then Litta's like, yeah, like, yo, she's a sweet girl. Like, he's lucky to have her. Like, we're just hyping her ass up. Like, we were being so cordial. And then she's like, oh my God, thank you so much, girls. Like, she literally was, like, hugging us, saying, thank you so much. Like, they're so rude, blah, blah, blah. And then Paul was also like, oh my God, I remember you guys used to flirt, blah, 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 this and the fourth. And I'm just like, bro, like, why is Paul here? We didn't invite Paul here. And, like, Paul wouldn't leave. I'm just like, bro, when are you leaving? It just continued. Like, I was so uncomfortable. Like, I went inside. Literally, I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. I went in my room and I started crying because I'm like, I'm so freaking uncomfortable. And then I had to go back outside because obviously these are my guests, whatever. And everybody starts leaving. Paul finally leaves. But the thing is, Derek and his girl stayed. They stayed. I don't know why. They stayed. I don't know why, but they stayed. And my mom's like, oh my God, like, we have this apartment, but if you guys want it, blah, 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 you can have it. And the whole time, I freaking kid you not, the whole time I'm washing dishes, Derek is flirting with me. And I'm just like, not even paying attention to him. I'm like too worried about finishing these dishes where I could go take a shower and go to sleep. I am exhausted. I could care less of what he was talking about. He just kept talking to me, and the girl was talking to my mom, and I was just like, okay, like, bye, hug them, whatever. Mind you, the girl was in good terms with me. Good terms with me. We were great. And we're talking. She comes to another event I have, which was mostly girls, and, like, Derek was the only guy there. She was very cordial with all the girls. One of my girly pops, not gonna lie, ex-friend was so rude to her for no freaking reason. Great. And then we're sitting there, and he's like, nah, stop flirting with me from a distance. And I'm just like, mind you, I have cramps. I'm not giving any F's of what he's saying. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, I just don't care. Okay, like I'm dealing with cramps. I just don't care. My friend was dealing with a breakup. So was my other friend. Me and Lee were just like, bro, we're dealing with cramps. We don't care. They finally leave. The girls finally leave, and I'm like FaceTiming Lily, going, "Yo, what was that?" She goes, "Yo, it seemed like y'all were just flirting in front of this girl. Like, I feel so bad." I'm like, y'all were flirting with her. Like, what? Mind you, we continue the years with Derek for a long time. We have to like, we're so sweet to the girl. Finally, these two decide, hey, we're gonna get married. Woohoo. And I was like, yes, let's do this. Mind you, it's the middle of the damn pandemic. And I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm like, hey. And Derek's like, hey, I would love for you and Lily to be a part of my wedding. I want you guys to be my girl version of best man. And I was like, yes, of course I will. That was such an honor for me. I was going to wear a suit and everything. Like a cute little suit, you know what I mean? Red lips, a bun, whatever. I was going to go all out for that. And then I remember having a conversation with the girl beforehand, like a few months back, she was like, I don't want a pandemic wedding. I really want it to be face to face with all their loved ones, blah, blah, blah. So I brought it up to them. I was like, hey, like, I remember talking to you and I remember you saying you do not want a pandemic wedding. Do you still feel like that? And she just started going off on me. She goes, how dare you say that? You're saying we shouldn't be together, all this stuff. And I'm just like, that's not. She starts going off on me. And then I'm like, oh my God, why did I bring that up in front of him? Because maybe she said it to me and didn't say it to him. And he was just like, no, like, I understand. Like, she did tell me that. And we talked it over. And now we're ready for a wedding. And we're going to do it on the court across the street from your house. And, you know, our family will FaceTime. Zoom call. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Beautiful. Like, whatever somebody wants to do, that's what we're going to do. I didn't fight on them. I know, like, she felt some type of way. She was like, yeah, I just want, to get married to him. I love him. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I'll be there for you guys. Don't problem. Then out of nowhere, Derek and his girl ghost us. Me and Lily have been like, have you heard from Derek? And I'm like, no. Have you heard from Derek? No. Ghosted us for no reason. Just ghosted us. At least 4 months passed. And I'm scrolling. You know the Explorer page? Like before, it started becoming something else. Before the update, okay? The Explorer page. I'm like scrolling. I come across this wedding. Really beautiful wedding. It was Derek and his girl getting married. We were not invited. And that was the end of Derek, Lily, and Crystal. That freaking hurt. It's okay. We kind of grew from that, but it's just like we do get like these messages from Derek and we just don't bother to answer because it's like, what? Like, what happened? Like, what made you like distance yourself from us? I guess the girl just felt some type of way when I brought that up. And he just didn't even care to like stand up for us, being like, no, these are my girls. But then I'm gonna bring up a situation that happened, okay? With this girl, and I feel like I felt some type of way about the girl after a while. Because at first we were cool. She started a fight with me. I let it go. She started another fight with me. Let it go. This particular day, I'm going to bring it up because I forgot to bring this into the situation. This specific day, Derek hits me up going, hey, can you do my girl's hair? It's her birthday weekend. I want her to look good. I said, bet. I'm good with girls' hair. Like, I'll do it, whatever. And I'm like, boop, boop. Hey, Lily, you want to come over? I'm going to do blah, blah's girl's hair. She goes, bet, I'm coming. Lily comes. She's hanging out with us. I'm doing the girl's hair. I'm like, okay, what do you want? She's like, I want a straight, bone straight, whatever. And I told Derek, don't worry about it. This is my gift to her. Like, I'll do it for free. Whatever. Derek's like, nah, I'm going to pay you for it. Like, don't even think about it, blah, 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 da, da, da. And the girl's silent. She was all happy about it, and then she got silent. Out of nowhere, Derek's like, yo, I'm in the mood for some coffee. Do you guys want anything? And we're like, no, 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 we're good, we're good, we're good. You know, like, you and your girl get coffee. It's not a big deal. Like, I'll be here doing her hair if you want to go do that. No, 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 no. I don't feel comfortable. Y'all tell me what you want. So then Lily says what she wants. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I want one. We get our orders done. He doesn't ask his girl because obviously you guys have been together for 10, 5+ years. I don't know exactly how many years. And why would he ask you what you want if he knows your order by now? But I guess out of like respect, you would do that, I guess. Because I don't even, my husband knows my order. I guess it's just a thing. I don't know. But I could tell she felt some type of way that he didn't ask her. He leaves. And she goes, what the fuck was that? Like, why didn't he ask what I wanted? And then me and Lily are, I'm doing her hair and Lily's looking at me like, what do you mean? She goes, it's so disrespectful. He asked you guys about your orders, but didn't even ask me what I wanted. So me and Lily kind of like said like, oh, like maybe it's because he knows your order by now. You guys have been together for so long. Like maybe it's that. She goes, oh, like, yeah, no, I understand. But like, I'm so over him not asking me what I want. It's so frustrating. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, girl. Like, I totally get where you're coming from. It's so annoying. And then like we're having a deep conversation with her. And then she starts getting mad personal. I'm obviously not going to repeat what she said, but it got too personal to a point that we barely know you and you're sharing stuff about him and you guys that is not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessary for you to tell us. This is why this is not going to work on. This is why I'm going to do this and this is why. But it's like the things she was saying was like eye opening. Like, this girl's toxic. This girl's that typical like Latina toxic girl. Okay, I was gonna say the other word, but girl. And I was like, I'm looking at Lily. Lily's looking at me, and we're just like in shock of all the stuff she was saying. And Lily's like, oh my god. Like, she's texting me like, oh my god. Like, what are we supposed to do? And we're just nodding. We're just nodding because like, what else are you supposed to do in those situations? And she's like getting emotional, and we're just like, I'm doing her hair, and I'm so uncomfortable, and I'm looking at Lily like, what is going on? And Lily can't make a face because she's facing Lily and she's not facing me. She's facing Lily, right? After a while, I spin her around in the chair and I'm like doing her bangs, like her bangs in the front of her hair pieces. And I'm looking at Lily like, what the freak is happening? And then Derek comes back with our drinks. He's so happy that we're getting along, whatever. And then like I'm finished with her hair. I'm like zhuzhing it up, getting like the waves down, whatever. And she's like, oh my god, thank you so much. I love it, blah, blah, blah. She's hugging me. And Derek gives me money, and I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, this is on me. He's like, no. He slips it into my my hair apron thing, okay? And we're walking them out, and I was just like, oh, Derek, is there any way, like, one of these days, me, you, and Lily grab coffee, like, you know, we want to catch up, whatever. Mind you, this girl's already in the car. He's like, yeah, no problem. And after that, that's when the whole thing where he like completely disappeared on us, and we just we just don't know what we did. It was just one of those situations you're just like, what did I do? But then I get why he doesn't talk to us anymore, because she's kind of like not controlling. I'm not gonna say controlling because he probably does things to her, and that's why she's a little, you know what I mean? Because there's always a man, you know what I mean? Like, men do stuff that you're just like, bro, this is why she's like that. But then again, she's also like kind of like, even when he don't say shit, she's like, oh my god, like this and the fourth and she says some things in that room that me and Lily to this day go, why would you share that with us? Like, you barely know us. You don't know if we're gonna go back and talk to other people about what you just told us. But we never did, obviously. Did we talk about it, me and Lily? Yes, of course. She's my best friend. I'm her best friend. We talk about stuff and we're just like, did we just witness that together? We never brought it up to Derek, though, because Derek, we were going to talk to him about it during that coffee date that he never showed up to. So, Derek, if you're listening, I hope y'all are still together, because that girl was scary. I know y'all got married, so y'all obviously are together. But crazy, isn't it, guys? So, yeah, because of that, because of that situation, now I just feel weird when making guy friends. I feel weird having guy friends. I feel weird introducing myself to like people's partners because I never want them to think some type of way about me. I don't get too attached to like couple friends because I know how they act. It comes with so much. Like, now I just don't feel like talking to Derek because like I feel like Derek comes with a lot, because there's other reasons why I don't talk to Derek anymore, because when he has a problem, he like comes to me all the time. Like now it becomes like every weekend he wanted to show up and cry to me about the next thing she did, and it was just like out of respect out of her, I just stop acknowledging. I don't want to spend my whole life being afraid to make friends because of past things. I just don't want to do that. I feel like it's so unfair to the new people that are trying to be my friend and trying to be there for me when I'm only thinking, well, this person did this to me. I think you're going to do the same. And it's not fair to them because they're not the same person. And that's slowly but surely what I'm learning. I started learning this once I got my sparkle back, if that makes sense. Like, I literally started realizing, okay, like, it's okay to, like, not feel guilty for not going to an event. Don't feel guilty. If you're mentally drained, it's okay not to go. My new friends, when I say, hey, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't feel like going. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just mentally drained. They're like, girl, we get it. Don't even apologize. We totally understand. Don't feel guilty. Like, we'll see you next time. Feel better. And I swear, like, this whole thing where, like, friendships do create trauma because see how simple that was? My ex-friends would have been like, what did we do? Why are you being so distant? Why are you doing? It's like a defensive. Like, they get so defensive right away, and I just never understood that. Or if, like, for example, they'll be like, oh, where should we go tonight? And I'll just be like, hey, you come over to my house, I'll cook for you guys. Like, let's just do something small, or we'll go to somebody. They're like, no, how about we go to this person's house? We always go to your house. Maybe we always go to my house because you guys never planned anything. You assume we're just gonna walk around and drive around wasting gas, like if people got money for that. How about that? Like, this things like people used to do to me that I just now find like that's so ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, I literally was like, the fact that certain people had to bring a group just to confront me when I'm not at all a scary person, you know what I mean? Like, certain things like this, like the pros and cons, like, what do I look for in a friendship? What do I not look for in a friendship? And what can I do to, like, not have any more trauma? You know what I mean? Like, no more of these terrible memories that I have of making friends. How can I work from that? You know what I mean? So, I'm slowly learning that, and I feel like, as somebody that's listening or watching on YouTube, I feel like we could all relate to this. You have to sit with yourself, just by yourself, nobody around you. Listen to music. I always listen to Mac Miller or Ariana Grande, or you guys gonna judge me for this, but I listen to screamo sometimes just to like clear my head, and no judgments here. You know what I mean? Like, don't judge me. But that's the type of thing I do to relax. Maybe you like to draw, maybe you like to paint, but you have to sit there with yourself and be like, okay, what can I learn from my past experience that I don't want to repeat in my future experience with friends? I don't want to repeat the same cycle. When I say I don't want to make friends with people that just, don't have friends around, I'm not saying this with everyone. I feel like I've had past things where I see somebody being sad and I see them being alone and they're like crying that they don't have enough friends. So then I feel this sympathy, like, okay, I could be that for you, like, as long as you're there for me. And then later on, they just like switch on me, and I just don't understand why. I don't know if I just don't bring enough to the table, but then slowly but surely, I start noticing that it's just not me. It is not me, and I've been talking to somebody about this. I'm like, is it me? Am I the problem? Am I the problem? And they're just like, no, girl, you just made terrible choices in friends, like, truly. And I'm a people pleaser. I feel like I've stayed in so many friendships that were toxic for me because I feel like, oh, I don't want to hurt them, or I don't want them talking bad about me, or I'm just going to put up with their shit because I have no other friends. Like, I feel like that's so toxic. That's a toxic mindset, you know what I mean? So that's another thing. You just have to write your pros and cons with certain friends and see, okay, like, this person is making me feel like this. I feel like my battery's full. I feel like my cup is full I'm so excited to hang out with them. That's a good sign. If you hang out with somebody and you feel like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this, I'm gonna have to deal, oh, they're gonna be like this, don't hang out with them. Just don't hang out with them. You don't have to hang out with people you don't like. Like, we have to learn that. Don't hang out with people you don't like, and it's okay to say you don't like somebody. Maybe their vibe is off. Maybe they do stuff behind your back that you don't like, or maybe they just like are male centered and you just don't flow like that. Like, that's perfectly fine to move on. That's another thing I learned. Like, you don't have to put up with people's BS. You really don't. And another thing I'm learning, it's okay to have separate friends from other friends. It's okay to have two separate worlds from your friends. Always had this idea that, like, oh, I want to put all my friends together because I want them to get to know each other and I want us to all hang out. And that's always been my issue. And once I bring them in together, oh, the backstabbing happens. Oh, they don't hang out with me. They don't make plans with me. They start talking behind my back. Or like somebody will start a bullshit that somebody else is talking behind my back. And that's a repeat cycle. And I have to learn from that. Not everybody needs to be hanging out together. I have friends that I made at my old job last year that I don't connect, like with other people. I have my own friendship with Lily. Maybe I don't want to share her with anybody, and it's perfectly freaking fine. And I think she's okay with it. With the past trauma we've gone through, I think she's okay with it. I have my friend Lexi, who I love experiencing stuff with. Maybe I just want her to myself, or maybe I want her to get to know Lily. Maybe I want her to get to know my camp friends. That again is my decision and their decision to accept that. If not, that's perfectly fine. People don't always have to be friends with your friends. They really don't. They don't have to combine. You don't have to combine friends to make a huge group. Maybe they have a group that maybe you could join in if they feel comfortable with it. You just have to learn from your past to heal a little bit and have that trust again and making new friends. Like eventually I want to branch out and join a photography club that, we could take pictures and I make my photography friends. Maybe making this podcast, I can make my podcast friends. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to do stuff with people. You could be your own person and, make friends with different types of groups. Like, that's the thing I'm slowly learning at a really old age, that it's okay. You don't always have to make a huge group. You don't have to combine your friends. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I'm slowly learning it. And I feel like whoever's listening, you're probably like, oh my God, I don't have to do that. I don't have to have trust issues with people. You don't. You can learn from them. Another thing, I just feel like it's okay to want to be alone. Like, I'm slowly learning that it's okay to be alone. You don't always have to be attached to somebody. You don't have to be with your partner 24/7. You don't have to be with your friends 24/7. You don't have to be with family 24/7. You can sit in your room, listen to music, scroll through Instagram or TikTok, or just watch YouTube videos or watch a movie. It's okay to be alone. It's like okay. And if people judge you for it, they're not your friends. Like, people shouldn't judge you for wanting to be alone. And again, like, stop taking the BS from people. Like, it's not your job to heal other people. It's your job to heal yourself. If you want to be there for somebody, of course, do that. That's a great thing to do. But it's not your job to heal them. I had to, again, learn that. Like, it's not my job to correct your mistakes. It's not my job to heal you. It's not my job to, like, check if you're okay ahead of myself when I'm, like, slowly draining myself and trying to fill up your cup when my cup is halfway, like, empty. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why am I doing the most for you when you're doing the bare minimum for me? You know what I mean? I think that was the last of the tea. Now into the healing process. I feel like if you're dealing with some type of, trauma in the friendship department, I feel like you just need a break from those people that cause you so much hurt and pain. Because the more you hang out with them, the more you don't say anything. And then later on, when you finally have the guts to say something, because you're like finally understood, like, okay, this is how I'm going to say it. They're going to be like, okay, why did you bring this up now? And it causes a bigger problem. I'm not saying right off the bat, hey, stop being so mean to me and blah, 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 and start attacking them. I'm not saying that. Because I do know that us humans do act out of emotions. Me included. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, I do think that when it comes to you having problems with your friends or they're making you feel some type of way, I would advise you to take a weekend off, maybe a day off, a week off. Do not take a month off. I made the mistake in the past to do that. I lost a lot of people in my life because I took long ass breaks to not say anything, and then it blew up to a bigger thing. I would advise a day, a weekend, a week off from these people, and then be like, hey, do you want to grab coffee? Hey, do you want to come over? Hey, do you want me to come over? We need to talk, blah, blah. And have that conversation, even if it's uncomfortable, because it does build up to be a bigger thing. And that's what causes you to have a big blowout, big friendship breakup that will cause you some type of way because they're acting a certain way or blah, 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 da, da. And it's not worth your mental health. Like, it really isn't. Another thing I would say, Personally, I feel like you need to talk about your feelings. Either if that's with the best friend that you share everything with, even if that's your therapist, even if that's your journal that you write on, you need to express your feelings. Even if it's you talking to yourself, hey, no judgments here. I'm being so serious. No judgments here. Like, I get it. Sometimes you don't have friends. Sometimes you just don't have siblings to talk to. You just want to talk. Or do what I do and just talk on a recording on a podcast. I feel like ever since I started this podcast, I feel like I've gotten closure for certain things. And I'm very proud, like, that I have gotten those closures or I've just moved past it. Another thing I always say for the healing process is do hobbies that will distract you from those certain things. Like, I've been editing, posting my podcast, being very focused on this podcast, drawing, listening to music, walking around. Exercising is a great one. You know what I mean? Like, you guys need a break from yourself. Maybe have some alone time. Maybe you just don't want to be around people. The healing process takes forever. I'm not telling you all this is a way for you to fully heal and have the closure. It's not, because it's been a year and I'm still not getting the full healing process or the closure I want to get. I'm saying I have closures to some things, but not fully. I truly wish that I had those conversations with those people and said, hey, because of this and this, the reason I feel this type of way, and because of this, I feel some type of way. But sometimes people don't give you the closure that you need. Like, you're going to feel like there's no point of having the closure with those people because they're never going to give you the closure you need. Or they're just going to make things worse, or you're going to make things worse because you're acting out of emotions. It's like, sometimes you just have to let go, write how you feel, maybe write a letter to them that you never send. You know what I mean? Like, that's the closure you get. You don't always have to talk to the person that's giving you the trauma and whatever. And the last thing I would say is have a very good support system. A very good support system. You guys are sick and tired of me calling out Lily. Lily's my girl, okay? The second person I go to my friend Lexi. Lexi is not even in the same state. I love that girl down. Like, me and her, when we're dealing with stuff, we call each other. I have another friend. We have talked mostly about like things we're into, drama we've been talking about. This girl, I love this girl down. I'm gonna call her Doll. Doll, me and her met at a party, and I would love to make a podcast episode with her because she is so fucking hilarious. But she's another person I go to when it comes to certain things because she'll tell me this honest truth. And my husband is my greatest support system because he'll be hearing my rants. I feel so bad. He'd be hearing like, I can't, da, 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 da. But he was the one that said that you need a break from these people because these people are causing you a lot of issues. Like, not worth it. And he'll tell me straight up. He'll be like, I don't care. Obviously your family. Your family is a great support system. But with that said, guys, I think part 1 was very messy. I feel like it caused a lot of commotion. I feel like the cheese man, the comments, and the gossip was just all there. Shout out to those people that messaged me saying if this was about them. It was not. But it's good to know that your conscience is eating you alive for all the ish you've done to me. That is great. I love that for you. To the positive people that I've grown apart, maybe had a fallout with, that have apologized to me, thank you so much for that. It wasn't necessary. The podcast was not about you, but it was very, very, I'm very happy and thankful for you guys reaching out and apologizing to me. I've said my apologies as well because it's not always one-sided. To my ex-friends, I never want you to feel like this podcast is just to throw jabs at you or say my things about you. I honestly want to maybe have a conversation with you guys, have the closure, because I've made closures with a lot of ex-friends. At every point, I would explain everything. You guys would explain your side. And then after, we don't even have to be friends. We do not need to be friends. We don't even have to be cordial. We don't have to be nothing. I do think that sometimes people do stuff out of jealousy, envy, anger, sadness. Maybe they're going through a grieving process. I don't blame them fully because I know that somebody was feeding stuff into their mind. And I know somebody in the group was also playing devil's advocate and saying one thing to the other two girls and saying one thing to me and saying one thing to the two girls and saying one thing to me. I would like to say, here's my closure, is that Mia, I am so sorry for everything that's gone on in your life. I know it's not easy for you to be dealing with so much in so short amount of time. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you for those things. I have reached out. I have talked to you here and there. I know that you felt like I was a distant friend. Maybe that you felt like betrayed by me because I wasn't so ongoing and texting you every 5 seconds and being the first one to text you because that's how our friendship worked. I always had to reach out. Okay. And I hope you grow from this grieving process and I hope you find a comfortable job. I hope you and your partner are great. I honestly wish nothing but the best for you. To Trish, maybe life wise, we don't see eye to eye. I know when it comes to your partner, you're very loyal to your partner, regardless if that hurts other people, and it's totally understandable. I wish you nothing but the best. I really do. I hope you have the future that you have always talked about with me privately. I hope you get that fully. And to the girl that made the drama happen. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't become the girl I am today. I wouldn't be getting all these blessings if you didn't take these people out of my life or take yourself out of my life. I truly wish nothing but blessings for you and your family. I have done my part to be there for you. You didn't want me to be a part of your life, and that's completely fine. I hope one day you realize that playing devil advocate wasn't the greatest. And you're going to realize that certain people are not your real true friends. And I hope the best for you. I feel like my advice for healing is do what I said. Do pros and cons of what you want in a friendship, what you don't want in a friendship. And when you meet somebody, start checking it off mentally. Like, okay, this person's doing 4 things I don't like, but doing 2 things I do like. And weigh it out. Like, do I want to deal with the BS or do I just want to move on and find somebody else that will check off all 4 boxes and the things I do want in a friendship? That's one. You could also, like, maybe join a club, start a hobby that you find other people. Like, I've seen people that join, like, pottery classes, maybe a painting class, maybe they start skating and join another skate or do a running thing and join a run club. Like, there's so many things you could do as an adult to make friends and, like, learn from your past mistakes. Be like, okay, do I want to deal with this BS? Oh, this person does this. I don't want to deal with that. It's okay to not accept everybody in your life. Okay, like, learn from it. Another thing is that we have to learn as a person to just learn to be alone. It's okay to have your alone time. If you're always around people, you just become very clingy and very attached to that person. So then when they don't want to hang out the one time, you become like, oh, like, why aren't you hanging out? Do you hate me? Like, don't become that person. I know there's certain people's problems. They don't know how to be alone. Another thing is just, like, don't be a male-centered girl or a man or they, because it just becomes too much. Like, if you're all about your partner, cool. I love that. But don't ever be that person to bring, if you're trying to have alone time with your friends, don't be the person to always bring your partner. Or having your partner call you every fucking second. I hated that. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. Kudos to the new people that are taking over my spot. I hated that. I couldn't stand when a partner called every second. Once in a blue moon, fine. Check up on your girl. Check up on your man. Check on them. It's okay with me. But every single second, oh my god. I was just like, oh my god, just leave. Like, I literally got so fed up. Like, here we are trying to have a girls' night, and then your man's calling you every freaking second? No, hate that. Another thing I hated, let's be completely frank, that I'm not accepting no more in friendships because of my friendship traumas. I'm not accepting all of a sudden we go out to eat and you forget your wallet. No, girly pop. Because then they play the little, oh my god, did I not cash app you the amount I owe you or sell you the amount I owe you? No. Once in a blue moon, I'm very grateful to like do my part and treat my friends to stuff. But as if every time you forget your so-called wallet, ooh girl, no, next. There's a list of things that I'm just not accepting in friendship anymore, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If I don't have to deal with your toxic trait any longer, I am okay moving on. Nothing, yes, it did came with like heartache and it did come with no closure, but I am very grateful that the universe took so many people out of my life, because if it wasn't for that, I think I would have still been friends with those people. And I'm nothing but grateful for God, literally the universe taking everybody that wasn't supposed to be in my life. I'm so glad they took them out. I'm so happy and so much happier that they took, because now I feel like people see that I have my sparkle back and I'm the same Crystal that they knew as a good way, not in the oh I'm gonna be the same dramatic person. No, I'm saying a lot of people are seeing me be more myself and opening up more the way that they know me and be like very hee laughy on social media. And I noticed that because a lot of people from my past who I grew apart from because they're doing their own thing, I'm doing whatever, but they have all reached out being like, I love this side of you and I miss this side of you. And it's just sad because those people kept me from being myself and I didn't notice it until I fully had them leave my life. And I feel like it was meant for them to leave my life, truly. And it's no shade to them. I honestly wish them nothing but the best. And I hope they heal from whatever they're dealing with. Because I truly feel like they need to heal with their own things. I feel like they don't understand that they need to heal from, God knows, maybe their own friendship trauma, maybe their own family trauma, maybe their own partner trauma. Like, they need to heal from whatever they're dealing with, because I feel like they were taking it out on the people around them. And I fully think they need to heal from whatever they're dealing with. And I wish them nothing but the best, because, I feel like besides all the terrible thing they've done, I'm not going to discredit all the nice things they've done to me, because they've done really sweet things for me. I would never discredit that. I'm not saying they're terrible, disgusting, nobody be around them type people. But I'm also not gonna say that they were the greatest people, because they've done so much damage. Mentally, they've done so much damage, and I just don't fault them from that. I feel like they just didn't heal. They need to heal with their own trauma, and I feel like I hope the best for them, and I hope they go to therapy, and I hope they talk about it, or they just find somebody that they could vent to and just release all that tension, because I feel like they're going through a lot, but they just keeping it inside. So whoever's in front of them, they're just gonna start attacking. I truly, with the discussions I've had with friends, I feel like it's okay to let go. You're not a bad person if you let go. Whatever they're dealing with and whatever they're accusing you of, just let them just be the villain, and just let them play the narrative. You know who you are as a person. You know who you are in other people's eyes. You know how your family views you. You know how your partner views you. You know how your true friends view you. Who cares what they're saying? You don't. If they're questioning your character on social media, if they're questioning your character on another podcast or whatever, let them do that. Just let them do that. And I feel like I've learned so much from Jezebel and Girl Talk and all these different podcasts, and Pretty Basic. I feel like I've learned so much from them, because you just have to say, you know what? Let them be. That's all you have to say. Let them be. And with that I said, guys, I feel like right now I'm slowly growing, slowly improving, slowly noticing that I just want to do certain things that I didn't have the guts to do in the past. I don't have any negative things around me to like say, hey, maybe that's not for you. You know what I mean? Like, I have a positive team. I feel like with this podcast, I would love, my biggest goal is to like not heal everybody. This is not like, oh my god, I'm healing you. It's more of like, I hope to make friends on this. I hope I'm like reaching out to somebody that doesn't have a lot, like a lot of people to talk to. I hope that this is healing you in some way, or helping you with your own trauma, or doing whatever it needs to do. So with that, I say bye, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this podcast. Can't wait to see you next Wednesday. Bye.